A warm welcome from Amsterdam, and thanks for tuning in to a new episode of Game Consultant. Your host of today is Reinout.
Good morning, and it is Thursday, March 26th, and I wanted to get your attention for a few things that I noticed in the media, and one is the Taipei game show that actually had already been delayed on Feb 6th and 9th. It was originally scheduled, and now they actually aimed for June the 25th till the 28th, but that is cancelled, and I wonder if that's premature, and that's something I wanted to talk to you about during this episode, coronavirus and gaming. So this show has been cancelled. It's MTG that says that COVID-19 could sink esports and their revenues by 45%. So DreamHack and ASL, both are under the umbrella of MTG. They are warning investors about the first half financials. So they propose a stock buyback. So Modern Times Group today gave investors some idea of how hard the novel coronavirus pandemic has impacted the company's gaming business. The clearest hit has been to its esports vertical, which includes the ESL and the DreamHack organization. While MTG said esports' digital nature is mitigating the negative effects somewhat, ASL and DreamHack are still built around large events. And of course, merchandise and ticket sales. As a result, MTG expects year-over-year revenues from its esports operation to dip 35 to 45% for the first half of 2020. And that, my friends, is serious business, serious information. And it's something I have been asking around publishers, game developers, what are you seeing? And as I mentioned 2 days ago, the report of AppsFly is saying that we are going to spend as the consumer, what was it, 46 billion or something in 2022? Really, if this is going to stay for a while, and bear with me if in Holland we already say that we have to stay inside till June the 1st. I mean, there are still shocking headlines from Spain, Italy. In the US, apparently it still has to hit home. The virus still is trending. It's not even close to its peak yet. And we are at the end of March. So bear with me. If we say April, May are gone, then life needs to get back on their feet. So that takes July and August. What will that all do with the money in the pockets of the consumer? I mean, some people might not have a job anymore because companies have fired people. Other people that work like a freelance, they might not have any jobs or assignments, so they don't make any money. And the regular payments are continuing. I mean, you have to pay your mortgage or rent or whatever, gas, electricity, water, credit card bills, whatever. And so all of that together might mean that they have to make decisions. And so I wonder what your feeling is. And maybe you can share that with me because I want to follow up on this because I think it's important for a game industry to unite in this so we can have actual reports of what we see, but also what we think. So here are a few questions. Of course, digital spend is up right now. They're sitting at home. Are we expecting those digital revenues to stay up and even grow? Or are we anticipating on the fact that if they go out again and they have to do some serious work, less time to consume on gaming and therefore spending? That was the first question. In terms of releasing new games, so everyone is postponing. So are we all going to launch and publish our games in the second half of this year? That will be highly competitive, right? So what will that do with the CPI? What will that do? And also in reference to the first question I just asked, if revenues are going up right now, are they staying up or are they going down? What kind of cascading effect could that have on the user acquisition and its lifetime value? And then lastly, if someone is playing a game right now and it's really, I think most of the people go safe. They go towards games that they know very well, where they have built up a presence, where they're very happy with, and they will spend. Are they then going to jump to another game and leave all this spend behind? So how can you actually see people going from one game to another? That is all for 2020. What are we expecting as a game industry for 2021? Nature restores itself, that's what they say, and nature will. But how long will it take before we can actually say we're back in the saddle, we're back on track, everyone outside in the gaming space is working, everyone is getting the new games ready. What can we then see? Is it true what AppsFlyer is saying? And are we spending in 2022 as an industry $46 billion on user acquisition? Give it some thought. I hope you can share thoughts with me. And you have my email address, you have my LinkedIn, whatever. And if you want to share this with friends that can also listen to this and maybe give their input, it would be awesome. I'm creating a blog post on podcastgameconsultant.com where people can leave their comments. Thank you for now. Ciao for now.
This was all for today. Thanks so much for listening to Game Consultant. Tune in next week for a brand new episode. And remember, do share this podcast with other members of the games industry.